Boy oh boy, did I stir up controversy with my review on EA Sports WRC. At the time of writing this script, it's currently sitting at 2.3 thousand views with 46 likes, and has comments ranging from people happy to see a review not sponsored by EA, and people who still enjoyed the game despite its obvious flaws. However, looking at the comments, another rally game that was mentioned quite frequently from two people at least is one called WRC Generations, which one person mentioned that they were enjoying that more than EA's WRC. So, I decided to check it out by going out of my way to spend my money on it via Steam and give you guys an honest review on it, and whether or not you, the consumer, will enjoy it more than the current iteration of the World Rally Championship gaming franchise. If you are a first-time viewer on this channel, then welcome. My name is Stuart from SB Simulators, and I welcome you to my show, Honest Reviews, the series that gives you, the consumer, an unsponsored opinion on a product mentioned in the video. Examples being sim titles, not limited to racing sims necessarily, equipment, and third-party add-ons for that game/sim, while at the same time pissing off fanboys, snobs, and major developers and publishers. As the title suggests, all of the reviews on this channel are unpaid and unsponsored, meaning you, the consumer, will get to see what that product is actually like and not what the manufacturers want you to see. With that being said, here is my honest review on WRC Generations. Now, before Codemasters and EA got the license from the FIA to develop their own WRC game, it was owned by a different developer called Kiloton Racing, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right, which is a French studio based in Paris who were the previous license holders of the WRC games in the past. They have also developed other racing games such as V-Rally and Tourist Trophy Isle of Man. On their website, they are also currently developing on Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, which currently, at the time of making this video, it's not out yet, but you can wishlist it on Steam to keep an eye on its progress. In 2017, Kiloton won Best Sports Game Award for WRC 7 at the French Ping Awards, which promotes the French video game industry and digital creators in France. Handling wise for me, WRC Generations handling is good on my Moza R9 wheelbase. While it wouldn't be the most realistic handling out there, it does provide a good experience for me that's enjoyable at least. One thing I did notice is that the cars are a bit prone to spinning out quite a bit at low speeds when I initiated a handbrake turn at tight corners, sometimes making it hard to save the slide. I'm not sure if that's a skill issue for me, or maybe it's something inherited with the game, but it's just something I couldn't help but notice. Physics are fairly hit and miss. While the driving aspect of the game is good, the crash physics are a little bit wonky. Half the time, I wasn't sure if I was playing a rally game or a WRC themed pinball game. I have encountered a few glitches with the physics engine when I collided with trees, rocks, or hay bales, causing my car to flip it into the air quite erratically. Allow me to show you a few clips here of what I mean.
Right over jump, keep middle 100. Left 6 over jump, keep middle 100. Are you alright? Well left opens 50. Ouch.
To be honest, while it does break the immersion of the game, I did have a good laugh over those crashes here, just because of how absurd they were. The fact that the car can be just launched into the air after hitting the rock like that is quite humorous to say the least. Surprisingly, the graphics are pretty impressive in my opinion. It has nice lighting and good reflections, making it really nice to look at. The details on the cars, including the dirt effects, trees and grass, is very well modelled and provides quite a lot of good eye candy as well to it. Now, recalling my review on EA Sports WRC, I criticized the graphics being a complete step down from Dirt Rally 2.0, in which the developer studio, Codemasters, developed both that and EA's WRC. However, this time, let's compare WRC Generations to this one and see what they're like. Holy shit. WRC Generations, a game that was made by a studio with 148 employees with their publisher Nacon, has much better graphics than EA Sports WRC, which Codemasters, the developer studio that has 700 employees. The fact that a smaller studio can do better graphics than a much larger studio and publisher has to be mortifying for Electronic Arts especially, who have a much larger budget than Kyloton and Nacon respectively. Absolutely astonishing in my opinion. My only complaint I have about the graphics is the lighting, which is way too bright in certain parts of the game, especially in this video clip of me doing a stage in Wales where I had set the weather to sunny spells and the lighting was just absolutely very hard to look at. It was almost blinding me in a way when I was doing that stage. But overall, I do enjoy WRC Generations graphics a lot more than EA's WRC's graphics. From my 10 hours of playing this game, I didn't have any performance issues with WRC Generations. On high settings, it was running between 60 to 80 FPS on my system. And unlike EA's WRC, I did not have a single bit of stuttering on my system or any performance drops whatsoever. In which again, somehow Codemasters under the management of EA just could not do. Granted though, it's not Codemasters' fault, as I have established in my review there of EA Sports WRC. Now, when it comes to system specs, this game will be fairly demanding. You will be looking at needing at least a GTX 1660 or its equivalent to be able to get a solid performance out of this, along with having at least 12 gigabytes of RAM. So for people with weaker hardware, you could try running this game on your system, but it means that you may have to run it at much lower graphics, which might not be bearable for people who like to have much higher graphic fidelity on their system. This is not really important to WRC Generations itself, but one thing I would like to give credit for is the co-driver of this game, which I did find him to be quite mildly amusing. I love how he reacts to big jumps and massive crashes. He can also get quite a bit sassy when you end up going the wrong way. I didn't get the clip exactly of him saying this, but sometimes when I go off the track and I respond, he would say something like, "I don't have notes for this bit," which I managed to get a chuckle out of that, considering that I was not expecting him to say that. He even reacts to hard landings and making grunting noises while doing so, which adds that little bit of extra immersion, giving this game a bit of personality. I also believe that it's something that other rally games could have as well, so it adds to that little bit of extra immersion to the simulator or the game in that matter.
Flat left over jump, keep middle 100. Flat right over jump 100. Left 6 over jump.
If I did have one or two nitpicks, it'd be, which obviously doesn't affect the game too much, but it's just something that I do find a little bit annoying. Apart from the dodgy physics engine and the rather very shitty lighting, the only nitpick I can find is how the game respawns on you. While it is great generally for getting me out of tight space, there are times when the game doesn't give you enough time to go back on the track just as I was right beside it. Personally, I would like to have a little bit more time to get back on the track when it comes to a situation where I can get myself out of that easily. Again, this doesn't have any overall impact on the game, but it's just something that I found to be just slightly annoying. Now overall, WRC Generations is a good rally game to play. While it's not on the same level as Dirt Rally 2.0 or Rich Burns Rally, obviously, duh, I would recommend this more than EA's WRC. If I was at a friend's house and they offered me a choice to play either this or EA's WRC, I think I would take WRC Generations every time. This is a game that I think casuals and beginners who are only starting to play rally games will enjoy more, in my opinion. On Steam, this game costs €40, so it's cheaper as well, unlike EA's version. WRC Generations is well worth the asking price for what it is. If you can get it on sale, then it's even better. It's based on the 2022 season of the WRC, so it might be a little bit outdated, but I would still play this over EA's WRC any day of the week. So, that is my review on WRC Generations. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to check out this review, and I hoped I was able to provide a helpful insight into this game and whether or not you would like to buy it or not. I also want to show my appreciations for the support received on my last episode of Honest Reviews, being R Factor 2, which has received, at the time of writing the script, 3.7 thousand views and 118 likes. I also want to thank you for the feedback and support received on that video, especially from those people who have come to bitch and moan over me praising the AI on R Factor 2. Thank you for taking your time out of your day to check out this review. Your clicks mean a lot to me. Remember guys, we can agree to disagree on these reviews. That's why I've named this series Honest Reviews, so that way I can give my full, brutally honest opinion on it. And likewise, you can give your full, brutally honest response on these reviews. I appreciate your feedback and support nonetheless. If you have any suggestions, be it a sim title or piece of equipment or third-party add-on for that sim/game, don't hesitate to leave it in the comment section below. However, there are a few rules for my series on Honest Reviews. It must be available to purchase through either physical or digital distribution, and it must be a fully released product. It cannot be either in early access, alpha, or beta testing whatsoever. It has to be a fully finished and fully released product, or in the current state that the game is in. So a few examples being Driver San Francisco, for example. Great game. I used to play it a lot back when I was a child on the Xbox 360. However, that game is no longer available to purchase, so it cannot get an honest review on this series, which is a bit of a shame, but what's the point of me reviewing something if you guys can't buy it in the first place? Or another simulator, BeamNG, which has great crash physics to it. However, it's still in early alpha and early access, so it can't be included on the Honest Review series just yet until it becomes fully released, in which the full release date for BeamNG is currently unknown at this point. Other than that, if you enjoy what you're seeing here and you'd like to see more similar content, consider subscribing to the channel, leave a like on this video, and with that being said, I will see you all in the next one. Until then, goodbye.